Because I feel the best part of the show is when we're in the green room.
No, I know. Scotty walks into the green room and Rubbishes is like, hit play, let's go.
Yeah.
Because chairs break. Everything happens when we're like getting ready to start the show. So we have to be just like, it's a cold open. We're going in now. Welcome in. It is ATB at the buzzer. We are brought to you by our dear friends Joe and Leslie over at AAA Work Trucks. We can tell you something will happen tonight. We can tell you invariably it will happen in the 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. hour on the East Coast, because we'll be wrapping up right around then. Ava will come downstairs and tell Dad dinner's ready. And then there'll be a move. I don't know what it is.
To make dinner.
Oh, okay. Dad has to make dinner. Anyway, there'll be a move. We trust it's probably going to happen tonight just because that's historically what happens with our show. Although it definitely will most likely happen before the trade, before the draft starts, which is tomorrow. When does it? Does the draft start at 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow?
7.
7.
I think
tomorrow.
it's 7 or 7:30.
So we've got obviously Giannis watch is on. JB seems to be a foregone conclusion. Even if the Giannis deal doesn't happen,
8 o'clock.
He's going to be going somewhere. We'll talk about that. Like I said, I think it's that. I think we talk a little bit of golf since I've got my PGA insiders here. We'll talk about the U.S. Open and how unexciting it was. And I hate to say that because I like all the guys that were like in the running, but it lacked a zhuzh. It lacked something. We've got Travelers coming up, which is near and dear to us because it's our PGA Super Bowl here in New England, in Connecticut, and then of course. I do want to talk about Scotland again. I do want to talk about the World Cup and just the aftermath because they are headed to Miami for their next round of soccer games. But let's get into it. It's all Celtics. I think it's all NBA. I want to hear what you guys think is going to happen for the people that have the top picks and what you think is important.
You didn't notice right above my left shoulder here.
He's got JB over his left shoulder before he ships him out.
And you're wearing the jersey, too. I did notice that.
Yes. Yep. Oh, what are we drinking?
No, it's actually D Brown.
Oh, just some summer.
A little summer. Is it D Brown, really?
No. That's it.
Well, it could be. Because
It could be. It could be.
Yeah, it's that's the easiest way because I don't think Jaylen Brown will be suiting up for the Boston Celtics in October.
Yeah, no,
I agree.
I felt this way when the season was over. Like as soon as the season ended, I'm like, they're just not going to play together again. I didn't
basement
think
is a mess. That's just bad back there. Anyway,
it looks good.
Is it? I don't think so.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's so long. That section of the house is so long. There's a guy, and he's not a sponsor, but I'll say it anyway because I love his stuff. There's a great guy. He's up in Canada. You can tell by the affect in his regionalism. He doesn't say a lot of don't you knows, but I know he's Canadian. His name escapes me, but the name of his channel on YouTube is called Unbox Therapy, or maybe Unboxing Therapy, but I think it's Unbox Therapy. And people send him stuff. He opens it. He does massive reviews, and he's got a room, Scotty, you would appreciate. It looks like the modern day Batcave, Christian Bale Batcave, where it just goes. So if you look him up online, he's really good. Unbox Therapy. So that's what your room looks like. So I feel it's adding depth and texture for us. So which is good because I've got my wall behind me like I'm in an Iranian prison, right? Like I've got nothing. Everybody's just like, you got this like stark gray wall, my blinds down, and if you do look, and I will actually, I should actually, can I move this for you a little bit? If you see my other window, it's so disappointing. I came in, it's never going to get done. You boys know we're not in a skyscraper. It's in Portsmouth, but I'm on the second floor. And if you look over, you can't. Actually, I can't tilt it enough. I got cameras behind it. I've got 2 panes of glass over here. The second pane has the largest bird dookie. And it's below where I dropped the blind a little bit just to kill the background light. And it's below that. So the terrorist attack that took place on this building, that a bird and I'm a big fan of the chickens, all the chickens, Canadian golf chickens, sea chickens, that looks like sea chicken, and flew into the side of the building and carpet bombed me. But anyway, enough about that. Talk to me. I want you boys to give me the 4.5 cents on why you think Giannis either makes it here or doesn't. because I just said I'll set the table a little bit with something outlandish. Here it comes. I'm so ambivalent about him coming here. It's a coin toss. Like if I found out tonight that they made the deal for LeBron, I'd feel just as like I could care less at this point. Giannis doesn't excite me at all. Not enough for me to want JB to be gone. And I know JB's gone. I think there's too much weirdness. They said he's on the block. He's clearly part of this deal if it comes to fruition. But I'm so bored by it. I'm not excited about it. Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't think I wouldn't say you're wrong. So I can't really tell you're wrong. So you asked the first question was, give you like that 30,000 level foot, why Giannis ends up here instead of Miami. It's because they're offering Jaylen Brown, right? If you look at it from a Milwaukee Bucks perspective, if they go with Miami, Miami's got draft capital and then a couple other decent players, but who are they going to play with over in Milwaukee at that point, right? So it's really, it's if you're Milwaukee, you have two roads to choose from, right? You can go with Miami, which is like a full rebuild with a bunch of younger players and talent and hope something works out. And you have like the 13th, 15th, whatever pick Miami has tonight or tomorrow night. And then some of the other younger players. If you go the other road, you're bringing in a guy that was showed that he could be a number one, right? Showed that he is a guy, like the guy. He has $230 something million on his contract, but so you're going to build, more around him, and you're going to, bring some other guys in and so on. But he's still young. He still has, he's 29, so he's in the prime of his career at this point. Now, granted, 29 with a lot of mileage, but still, can still obviously score, can play, and everything. So, if you're Milwaukee, those are your two choices. If I'm putting my GM hat on, if I'm Milwaukee, I would take the Celtics offer, right? Because you're going to get that superstar. You're losing a superstar, but you're bringing one in. It doesn't always happen that way. Now, from the Celtics perspective, yeah, I think that the more and more you read and hear about is that they're just it's time for them to move in a different direction. And I think that I feel like there's some behind the scenes stuff going on with Brown being the number one for the time period that he had. And then when JT came back and they obviously weren't as successful, I think they, in their mind, they're like, yeah, we have to make a change. And so they're going to, look to trade him. To me, it's all right. If you're going to trade him for Giannis, okay, I guess you could, but then, or you're going to trade him for, he's going to be traded for somebody. So it's like, who else is out there? So if it doesn't work out, you're going to trade him. But then I start looking around and they have like this massive trade exception, which is, just under $30 million trade exception. So they could bring on a contract, like an expiring contract that would be, renegotiate to something different, whatever. Right. So there's definitely opportunities there. So I think it's a really interesting next 24 hours or so that's gonna figure out, what's gonna happen with the Celtics. But Jaylen Brown is not gonna. I don't think he's going to be a Celtic come October.
Yeah. Well, so if you had your druthers between a Miami deal and rubber shoes in the green room mentioned Atlanta, who do you think gives us more value? Because if the deal with Milwaukee doesn't happen and they're still shopping him and for some reason they don't make a deal, Giannis doesn't end up going to Miami and they're not fleeced, are you going right to Atlanta? Are they your first choice? Or who do you think we would deal with to get value for JB?
I wouldn't go to Atlanta. What's in Atlanta? What am I missing there?
No, that's where JB wants to go.
Yeah. I don't care about
I don't think I think the reason why this Milwaukee deal is the main one is because that Giannis is probably the best play out there that you're going to be able to get right now. Like I don't think you're getting any big star from another team. I think because Giannis wants out, because Brown wants out, it's a marriage. And like if you're shopping them around other places, I don't think you're getting as much star power back.
I guess the only other place I could think of that they might, I mean, I don't know. His name was floated out there, before he got hurt, like even before he got hurt last year, was, the younger Sabonis, and I'd be okay with that. But if anything, I mean, if he does get sent to a place like Atlanta and they're only getting like draft capital back, people are not going to be super thrilled with that. Like they're going to have to like swing something and bring somebody in. Even though as well as they do draft, and they do draft very, very well, especially compared to, I would say they have a better record, especially the last 10 years than, a lot of teams in the area. But I don't think fans would be too thrilled to be like, oh, we just lost, an all NBA player for, a bunch of draft picks. And also it would be really hard for another team to pick that up, right? They wouldn't be able to do that. They'd have to have some other veterans assigned to it. So, there would have to be some kind of a big swing. But with Giannis, if Giannis does come in, yeah, it's funny to me. I'm like, I don't get excited about that necessarily, but then I start thinking of what he could bring to the table in regards to, how he does space the floor and how he can help them. Yeah, Joe would have to obviously change his mentality a ton, right? But he still can play defense. He still rebounds really well, right? And he still is, when healthy, an all NBA player. And he gets to the rim, right? He does get to the rim. Now going to the free throw line is going to be a freaking nightmare. I don't know if I can watch that for 82 games, but yeah, that's a whole different thing. I mean, they do have some wiggle room this year in regards to like cap space. Like they're trying to stay below the second apron, and they're still like $30 million below that or something like that, or 20-something million below the second apron right now. But I know they're trying to stay out of like the first apron, but and I think they're still 13 million away from that. But yeah, it's just it's a really weird thing in regards to how this was handled and I guess how quickly it ramped up. I feel like we were talking about this like a week or two ago, and everyone was like, no, I was like, especially I was like, no, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see it happening. Probably a lot of smoke or whatever. And then it just all of a sudden flipped overnight. You turn on anything today and it's like, oh, Jaylen Brown is definitely going to be gone. So,
yeah. So the people at 98.5 seem to think it's already a done deal. I don't know if they are hearing anything, but they're saying Jaylen Brown, Hugo Gonzalez, their first round pick for Giannis, and one of their bad contracts like Evan Turner or Bobby Portis Jr.
I mean, I guess I don't know.
And they feel everyone thinks it's a done deal. They're just that the commissioner just said, "Okay, wait, don't announce it till Tuesday," and get a
because
big draw for the
draft
draft. And yeah,
this draft has very little juice. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of juice. There's some good talent in this draft, but it's not like the last couple of years. Like there's no Cooper Flag. There's no, you know what I mean? Like there's definitely, there's not a lot of juice and it hasn't been discussed nearly as much as
I think this draft is deeper than the last few years.
Again, a lot of good talented kids, but you don't see,
there's no
like, far and away, number one, no brainer. There are some like really talented kids on here. But I don't, I mean, there's no like legit, the superstar is not jumping off the page, I guess. There's no sexy names that are necessarily out there. But again, a lot of talent that's out there.
You don't have a Dana
Barros
interesting
the
or
Wizards
Malcolm
are already.
Huckabee.
What's that?
So you don't have
Bill Curley,
a Dana Barros or a Malcolm Huckabee or a Billy Curley. Yeah, none of that stuff.
Do not, no.
Scotty's so disappointed. Like, what are you talking about?
There's some good polls. But yeah, for I think right now, like with the Wizards, I thought it was interesting because they have the number one pick, and they just signed or they're extending Trae Young.
Trae,
for
4 years,
$200 and something million over 4 years. And I'm like, Why don't you draft your
With
number one
that kind of
overall
money?
pick first?
Just a question, and I don't know. This is why I ask you guys, my NBA insiders. When he gets that kind of money on that extension, can he afford hair at that point? Like, what is he doing? What's the
Well,
holdout?
LeBron hasn't done anything about it.
What's the holdout on Trae Young's hairline? It is the most cotton candy thing I've ever seen in my life. It's so wispy. It's so confusing.
I mean,
Leave
they
it to
make
me
more
to
than
derail the
Portnoy
NBA
does,
show.
right?
But Portnoy went and got dialed in, and his hair is back. And anybody that goes to do that, God bless them. Trae Young, just knock it down. It's just it's this little cotton candy thing that's happening. It's confusing at best. I don't get it. And they showed his image. I'm like, God, I hope he goes again. My first thought: don't invest in real estate. Don't buy your mother a boat. Go get your hair fixed, or cut it off. Cut it off. It's
do like Derek White did.
No, that's what I want Derek to do, is bring the fro back. Are we getting him back? Do you think he's coming back?
So there's rumors him for Gobert, I've heard.
Well, he's got $30 million cap hit right now. So with White, I mean, unless they do make a trade, he's back. I mean, you think about like Derek White is locked in as of right now till after 28-29 season. So that's where he is. Same thing with Jaylen Brown, and Tatum is here till 29-30 right now. Hauser is locked in until 28-29 as well. Pritchard is 27-29. If they do trade Gonzalez, which I think is a massive mistake, he was also locked in 28-29 and so on. But the thing is with me, it's like you look at some of the money that they do have on the books. If they did end up trading both Brown and White, that's, close to, it's almost $90 million that they're moving off, depending on what they're getting back. Plus, again, that $30 million exception for the 1 year. So they keep themselves way out of that first apron space, which, by the way, was off. They have 21 million first apron space. They have 13 million in tax space, and then they have 21 for first apron, 34 for second apron. So it's the way that the NBA does it is a little funky, but again, they have that massive trade exception because of Vujicic.
I mean, the problem is that Giannis is only signed for one more season.
Yeah, he said he would immediately. Well, in theory, he's supposed to be jumping in and making a deal right away. So, if that's the case, then okay, But what's the deal going to look like? I think that's going to be the question too, because he's no spring chicken. He's got he's also got a lot of mileage. He's 32, so I mean he's only 3 years older than he has a player option right now for 27-28. So you'd look to extend at this point. But he's making the money is actually very similar to Jaylen Brown. He's making a little bit more than a little less than $1 million more than JB at this point right now. Next year, his player options for 62. So that's a bit of that's a hit to the wallet.
The leap.
Yeah. That's a hit to the wallet a little bit.
That escalated quickly. Yeah. Completely off the basketball court quickly, because we'll go right back, because I want to hear what you think for the top draft pick and stuff like that, even though it's not juicy and exciting. Only because the listenership wants to know, when does swim lessons start again? And have you reemployed?
Yes, we have reemployed.
Of course you did.
They were supposed to start last Friday, but weather-wise, it didn't really work out. So they're starting this week.
I love that.
So, yeah.
Same instructor?
So random. Yes.
Good God bless you.
She will help.
That's my absolute favorite.
She's a good kid.
Just when I thought Scotty couldn't be more red, he is more red. That's fantastic.
Red. My face is always red.
I know. All right. So going with the draft picks, like the top picks, and I know they're not sexy, but who do you see going where? And do you think there's a deal tomorrow night that moves people around, or is there nobody is that consequential that people would move around?
Oh, there'll definitely be. No, I think there'll be some moves. I do see some folks moving around and trying to trade up and stuff too. And The kid AJ, and I can't pronounce his last name very well, from BYU.
Bansa.
Thank you. I think it's either him. I'd hate to see it, but Cameron Boozer or the kid Peterson from Kansas, but he's a guard, so I don't see him going one. I see the kid AJ.
You just said it.
The Bansa.
Thank you. I was like, I point at you. You say the thing. It's like the Moneyball scene. When I point at you, yes. Speak. Yeah.
Such a good movie. I watched that over the weekend. It's such a good movie. Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah, it's great.
So good.
But he's 6'8", 6'9", whatever. He's a good forward so I think he'll go number one. And then or Boozer, you know what I mean? So because they're gonna look for height, they'll look for some bigs. I think the Tar Heel kid will go probably top 10, top 5. The Caleb Wilson from from UNC. He's gonna go. He's gonna go
right now shows him 4 to the Bulls.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the other kid there? The one from Houston is going to go high, I think, too. I think I could see him top 5. Fleming's he can play, he can shoot. I do think that there's a couple of potential players that might jump up. Where Dusty May now leaving to Michigan from Michigan to the Dallas Mavericks to be the head coach, which is totally out of left field. The kid Johnson that he had on his team, who I thought had a phenomenal postseason run. He was just really, really, really good. I could see him jumping into the top 10, or Mara, obviously the other kid from Michigan, the center, who's just a beast, 7'3", he'll be top 10 as well. So I think Michigan will have a couple of good guys, but otherwise, and there'll be trades, but there's just, and I like all those kids. Like everyone that I just talked about are talented, really talented players, but there's just nobody that's there that's like, oh man, this kid's going to be, the guy for, the next, whatever it's going to be. And maybe I'm wrong, and I most likely will be, because, I'm wrong a lot. But
it's what we do. It's what we do. So Celtics have pick number 27 currently and pick 40. The Intertubes is telling me Koa Pete from Arizona, Henry, and I'm going to get the last name wrong, Henry Visiar from North Carolina, and Malik Thomas from Arkansas are their names.
Malik Thomas, I don't think
he won't be there.
He'll drop that far.
Yeah.
I don't think he will. I think he goes higher.
Okay.
I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
Koa Pete from Arizona, and then you said Malik Thomas will not drop that far.
I don't think he will.
Okay, and then the Henry kid from North Carolina, Visar.
I don't think
Veesaar. Okay, and then number 40, the two names that they got floating around him, around the Celtics, Felix Okpara from Tennessee, and Terrace Reed Jr. from UConn at 40.
I'd take the UConn kid for sure.
I'd love to get a UConn kid. It'd be great just to have a local kid. I mean, not necessarily he's local, but maybe he is.
The one I'm looking at has Joshua Jefferson from Iowa State to the Celtics.
You know what I would personally like to see, and this is it hurts me inside.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Wilson, yeah.
Wilson.
I would love to see. Well, yeah, Wilson, but no. The one that would actually hurt me inside would be the kid Evans from Duke. He's a sharpshooter. He's he's a wing, and he fits in there. But I don't know if he'll drop that far down. But if they do get the kid, what would you say his name was from Arizona? Pete. He's a beast. He's a beat. He's a beast on the boards. He's 6'8", 6'9", runs the floor. But then again, it's always, you never know what Brad Stevens is going to do. So
this is the thing. Why I think he's really going after Giannis is he wants to force Mazzulla to change his coaching style. Because if you have Giannis, you're not just chucking up threes. Unless he's going to try to have Giannis stand out there and hoist him, which is a dumb idea.
Yes, that's a.
Kaylee's calling you out. She
What's
said,
happening?
"Wait, are you doing
Oh.
research, Timothy?"
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Kaylee,
No,
he
I'm
did, he
not.
could, even if he does research, he still doesn't think before he opens his mouth. I
Yeah.
think that's
Oh
really
my
what-
God, Billy. There it is. Billy will
Yeah.
never live that one down.
No.
Do you think before you open your
think
mouth?
before you speak?
Nope.
You open your
Nope.
mouth. It's like
Nope.
Jesus.
No,
Yeah,
I do
mean, it's-
not.
I used to get I get all excited for the NBA draft, and I tried to get excited for this group. And
Yeah.
there are kids there that are, like I said, talented, and to Billy's point, it's really deep, and they're from big schools and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
hoping they all
Well,
do well. You
Because
know
they're
what I
all
mean?
going to shit teams that we can't stand.
That's definitely a part of it too. Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. I'll obviously be watching it. It's appointment television. But yeah, it's
Like Cooper, we had interest because he's from Maine, and Dallas, okay team, and Wemby the year before going. I mean, I don't
That's
know
what I mean.
anyone that could hate the San Antonio Spurs. They're like a likable franchise. They've never been, Duncan and Robinson and Coach Pop and they've Parker, and they've all had likable players there. I know some people are getting on Wemby from the finals, but I think he's 22 years old. He's gonna grow up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't know. I don't really hate on all the stuff he did. To be honest with you, I think
I actually like seeing it.
The 22-year-old, the fact that he's 22 and he handled himself the way that he did. I don't know. I feel like he did okay. There was a lot of, especially with the way that the New York crowd was, and even outside of the arena, especially outside of the arena.
Yeah,
I thought
like
he handled
seeing
himself a lot better.
him fighting back. He stood up for himself. I thought that was what it was. I mean, I didn't like him not staying.
When he pieced out on the dais. Yeah.
I mean that I don't like, but also it's like, I don't know why these guys are held to having to do those press conference. You just lose a game, a hard fought game in the playoffs, and then they want you to answer dumb questions from the media pool. It's I wouldn't want to do it.
How'd the game get away from you quickly?
Yeah.
And you could say that, well, no, the professionals would stick around. I'll pick on them because it's true and it happened. Like, you look at some of the big games that the Patriots lost, and Brady didn't go out and shake hands. Brady was a coin toss on shaking hands when he lost.
Yep.
It was a 50-50 coin toss if he was going to stay. He did not
and
shake. Nick Foles was looking all over the field for Brady. Brady was in the tunnel. So, and
I mean, you just look back to the 80s. You think the Celtics and Lakers shook hands at the end of any of those battles for championships?
See, that's just it. I think, and this is where you and I are going to go full Stadler and Waldorf up in the balcony. But you watch it now, and everybody, it's so funny because everybody's covering their mouth. They're just everybody's like, I'm hugging Scotty, and I'm in his ear talking to him, probably wishing him happy whatever, and tell your wife I said hello. But they're all covering their mouths like they have state secrets. And they're all good friends. And I'm not saying they shouldn't be, because of it. The globe has been shrunk by social media, and they've all got fellow agents or fellowship deals with Nike or whomever. But yeah, I roll it back to when, who was it? Pistons, help me. The big guy from the Pistons that we
Isaiah
hated.
Thomas and Lambier.
What are we
and those
doing?
guys, yeah.
Why is he all
The
yelled
bad
up?
boys.
What are we doing?
Giving you a yellow card.
I'm getting a yellow card for what?
Yep.
Oh,
You're not allowed to do that in the World Cup.
Not allowed to do what?
take your phone out.
Oh, cover your mouth, really?
They're not allowed to cover their mouth when they're talking to other players.
I did not know that.
Card. Someone just got a yellow card over the weekend for it.
Incredible. I did not know that.
Because they want to be able to see what your mouth is saying, that you're not saying some racist slur.
Oh, slur. Correct. Yes, because that's happening.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it is totally changed, and I think I think all the sports are doing it, but I feel like there's definitely, especially when like seasons are over, and somebody's walking off the floor, some I know that Rubber Shoes is whispering in Scotty's ear, like, yeah, man, we'll see you in Boston next year. You know, like all that stuff is happening.
Yeah.
And like, I just, can we have a good old fight?
Yeah.
Can we have people that actually don't like each other? And it
I mean,
feels a little bit different.
Like
Production note, please
80s
don't
and
ever whisper in my ear.
I'm going to.
80s and
I'll
90s
I'll
is
see
like
you this weekend. I'm going to whisper in your ear now.
they still players still hated each other. They hated players from the other teams. They,
Yes.
you know, I mean, look at back in, you know, Pete Rose. He ran over a catcher in an All-Star game because the American League hated the National League. You know, like
And
you
he was
don't
drunk.
get that.
And he was drunk. I'm just kidding. He wasn't drunk. We don't know he was drunk.
No, he owed his bookie some money.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Do we want to talk about the soccer thing with Scotland? And we don't have to spend a lot of time, but I just want to talk about it again because now it's wrapped up and they are heading down to Miami. It's been interesting, and hate to admit it, man enough to say it, I was way off. I remember going into this, I was like, the logistics of the traffic going to Gillette are going to be a fucking mess. And they're knock on Formica, unless I missed the reports, but I watch a lot of stuff and I watch more news than everybody else on the show collectively. I didn't see any fucking stories about traffic jam ups on the way to Gillette at all.
You know why?
Yes. No, I don't.
The only people that were being having delays and stuff are people taking trains. The majority of these people here are from other countries. They don't have cars. They're taking public transportation. So there's no 50,000 extra cars on the road.
No, I got you. I pictured more of a nightmare getting to and fro the games. And there wasn't.
I'm loving
God
is all these people from not just in Boston, but I'm getting stuff from throughout the country of these people from other countries coming to our country and saying how great it is, where you can't, the right-wing media can't say it. There, I said it.
There you said it. And Adam will be on in a couple of weeks to fight with you.
Like all these people that say how awful this country is and they're going to leave the country because of a certain president. And it's like, you have all these people that were afraid to come here thinking it was going to be the worst experience of their life. They come here and they are loving it.
Well, I think for far and wide, to your point, a lot of people were like, well, everything that I've seen on social media told me one story. And then I got here and we're having a completely different experience. And I think the Boston love affair with Scotland is fantastic. The baby boom is going to be epic. There's going to be there's going to be more than one kid that comes out of this past couple of weeks for sure. I know that we're slated, obviously they're not doing it this year. We're slated to play our international game in Germany. If Roger Goodell's not paying attention and he doesn't put together a game in Glasgow for 2027, the NFL's out of their fucking minds. You have to put the Patriots in Scotland for an international game in 2027. That will be lights out. It will be ridiculous. Everyone in the stadium will be wearing cones on their heads, right? They'll probably make red, white, and blue Patriots cones for that fucking game. That's been really cool. And I think some of the coolest stuff I've seen, one video was great. There was a guy playing bagpipes and he's sitting on a Boston police motorcycle and the cop comes over and he's playing and he stops because he thinks he's about to get kicked out of the way. And the cop came over and turned the lights on and then walked away. And the guy just kept playing, which was massive. That was awesome. There was a great interview. It was like a guy our age. I shouldn't say that. Sorry, Scotty. A guy my age, and then his dad, and then his son. So picture like Richardy, me, and Aiden, and the girls interviewing the three gentlemen, and they're standing in Times Square, and they're like, "What are your impressions of New York?" And the old man goes, "It's nothing. It's got nothing on Boston." Yeah, basically just oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen that, Scotty? Oh yeah, it's awesome.
In New York, raving about Boston. They're in love with us. And the fact that they drained the city of beer, like what I think it was Coogan's Bluff and two other locations ran out of alcohol on a certain night. And then
they said the bars in Boston said they did 3 times much as a St. Patty's night with the Scots.
It's unbelievable. And
they also broke the decibels for 125 decibels at Gillette.
Oh,
They broke the World Cup noise record.
So good.
Like at the
It's
very beginning of like
Yep.
the game
so
against.
that stadium does get loud, huh?
Germans.
yeah, it is possible.
Oh,
if
Jesus.
everybody stays in the
so-
stands,
The first round of the knockout rounds, we will have Germany at Foxborough.
wow.
So with us going to Germany for an international game, that should be pretty good to see how the German come here and interact with the Boston.
I think they will
Bostonians.
enjoy it. They like their alcohol as well.
Yep.
I think the other thing that is really interesting too is I think a lot of the restaurants, I heard a majority of Boston restaurants concerned about large parties and large tabs. They were putting on dining receipts. You know, when you're somewhere and it's a party greater than 8, they do the auto tip, right?
Yeah.
So they were stacking on 20% on everything, just like they were this is what you're going to tip on these drinks or whatever. And they were finding that the Scots, which is ironic, and I'm going to do it because I've got it in my bloodline, so I will appropriate. You know, the running joke with Scots is that they are frugal. So, and that's not why they were doing it necessarily. Just they were doing it because that whole culture, right? Ireland, England, Scotland, Canada, Australia, like it's a no tip culture. When I first met Janina, she was serving over at the Queen Anne building in Sydney, and she made her hourly rate. People don't tip in Australia. Has it changed over the years a little bit? Maybe, but historically, people don't tip. You made your hourly rate, there were no tips. So they factored it in. Then they found that the Scots were just handing them cash hand over fist. I mean, girls talking about their nights at the bar and making $2,000, $3,000 in tips. And they're all willing. They're like, I'm not going to sleep for the next 3 weeks. I'm going home, showering, and coming back. And she's like, everybody's really nice to me. And again, I can't say this enough. I think there's going to be some international families that were made over the last couple of weeks. No doubt about it. Because the girls are just like the brogue and the kilts and all that stuff. Yes. I think some cons were investigated in the past few weeks. So we'll see. But I just wanted to talk about it. I think it's been really cool. And if nothing else, it reminded us what, like, if you were like, yeah, Boston's Boston, it hopefully for the municipality, hopefully it showed the city what we could be, because we are still, and this goes back into sports and goes back into people wanting to be here. I don't think it's a big concern for Giannis, but you talk to some of these NFL players, they're like, yeah, Boston, but like after we win a fucking game, and the Celtics did it. Let's talk about the Celtics 2 years ago. The Celtics won a world title, and then they got on a plane and flew to Miami. Because you can't find a fucking bar that's open after 10 o'clock in Boston. You can, but you know what I mean? Like Boston rolls up the sidewalks too early. So hopefully we've sort of,
I think they just passed a law now that I think they could stay open till 3 or 4 now in Boston.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how long that sticks.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they could be doing better than they are.
Or maybe it was just for when the World Cup was here.
Yeah, I think and they had some beer garden areas too where you could walk around in public with your cocktainis and all that kind of stuff too. Did anybody put money on the U.S. Open?
No.
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 I would have lost.
And I didn't do a lot, but to have none of my guys, like after moving day, like nobody was available for comment. I think I did $9 on Keegan. I always do the same guys. I wanted to do Max Homa, but he was, hold on. No, he didn't make it. Yeah, no, it was home with the kids. Yeah. Max Homa, my favorite. Oh my God, what the fuck? So couldn't put money on Max. So I did like 9 on Keegan, Jason Day. Help me. Why am I struggling with his name? And he had the weirdest pants on. Did you guys see? He always looks stoned. Who am I thinking of? Scotty. The golfer that always looks stoned. What's that? Why can't I think of his name?
There's a few of them I can think of.
And Janina loves him too. I could just open up DraftKings and actually look at who I did, so I can save
not Justin Spieth or Justin Shoffley.
No, that's no.
Not Justin Thomas.
Stand by. Victor Hovland. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Jeez,
And did
yeah,
you
I
see
should've
Victor's
said that
pants
one
over the
first.
weekend?
Dude, he's outrageous.
He had
He's a
some
guy-
black
I
and
don't-
white striped pants. They were different. So
Oh my god.
I lost $9 on Victor. And some of these payouts were fantastic, which they're gone now because I lost them all. Victor, I did $9. Keegan, I did $8. Jason, I did $7, and Scotty, I did $9. Just because Scotty, it would have finished his Grand Slam, which would have been nice, and he started to creep back in. But it was just you don't like him. You brought that up over the weekend, Rubber Shoes. What's your problem with Scotty? Not Scotty Scheffler, not this one.
He's like a matzo ball, no taste. He's just plain. He's no spark.
From a mothball?
No, he said a
Matzo
matzo ball.
Isn't that mozzarella?
No.
Jewish delicacy.
Jewish cuisine. Now we're appropriating Jewish cuisine. There we go. We're touching all the bases this week.
Yes, he does. He doesn't. He just doesn't do anything for me.
Well, I know, and let me say this. Scotty's so confused right now. Are we talking about which balls are we talking about? Golf. So
we're touching something.
Yeah, we're touching something. So let me ask you this though, and I agree with you only for the fact because I got into it with Cheryl, which was fantastic.
Go on.
I was down at Bentley Lane, and this was probably last season when Scotty was just mowing people down and winning everything. And I said,
literally and figuratively.
I said to my mom, I'm like, I'm just sort of bored with it. Like he wins every week. And my mom is like, she goes, and Tiger, because she hates Tiger for obvious reasons, because he couldn't track down his pants for a while. So anyway, I don't like Tiger brought zhuzh. Tiger brought panache. There was something going on with Tiger. Tiger made it fun to watch. Tiger was making prolific comebacks. And I think, not that Scotty hasn't done that, and I was hoping he would do it yesterday. It would have made it fun. But to your point, Rubber Shoes, where you're like, Scotty's boring or he's, milk toast, if we want to use that. Yeah. Hello. I mean, Wyndham Clark. Wyndham Clark's like a yawning though. Like Wyndham Clark, and I love him. Like, I mean, he's my guy. He's got T-Mobile on his fucking hat. He's wearing FootJoy. He's technically not Titleist anymore, but because he's not signed with anybody for clubs or
he also got booed like a lot during that round yesterday. Like he was getting booed constantly, which was wild to me because like he's also a Ryder Cup guy, like USA Ryder Cup, and this is the US Open. You would think you'd want a US player to win. I don't know. It was the whole thing was weird. I know
the weekend was weird.
They're cheering for Scotty, and probably, obviously Sam Burns too. But like, it just turned into a very weird like moment for him. I almost felt bad for the kid, for the guy, honestly, because like he just won his second U.S. Open, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Second U.S. Open, and it just it wasn't even lukewarm. It was the reaction was just bad.
They were saying that he threw a tantrum at some event, throwing his clubs and stuff like that, and like people didn't take to that. They didn't like that, so that's why they don't like
Rory throws. You could find like a dozen,
but he's got the Irish accent, and he's a Nike guy.
Oh my God, Scotty's a Nike guy.
I'm gonna keep drinking and just stay out of this conversation because we're going down logical steps here. But like, what? Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was weird. I felt bad for Wyndham. I'm not. He's not my guy. I don't really like.
I don't think he's anybody's guy. I think that's the challenge.
Yeah,
I don't think he's anybody's guy. He's. You're like, oh, cool, Wyndham, but for him to have the wire to wire win, like it's 7:04 Thursday night. He was in the lead, and it just held. And then you saw him start to crack a little bit Sunday morning, but then he recovered. Scotty sort of chased, and then Sam Burns started to make a run, which would have been fun. Anything would have been fun. Like, I needed a playoff to make that exciting. And they made a point, and you didn't notice it until you look back, and you're like, yeah, I haven't really noticed. It didn't feel like pandemic golf. But Saturday night, when Wyndham Clark is coming in to finish 18, It was empty. There were a few employees. There was one kid that looked like he was like, on probation with a stick and a bag and an orange jumpsuit picking up trash. Like there was nobody around
He's not
the
liked.
18th. There was nobody
Obviously.
around the 18th. There was nobody around the 18th green. It wasn't great. It left you like, what's going on? And that's why I'm excited about New England having this weekend and I said to Janine, I'm like, what's next weekend? Probably nothing. Like I was like thinking it was like a nothing burger tournament next weekend because it's coming off of an open and they always usually put something there. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. It's the Travelers. And in the immortal words of Tom Brady, the crowd should be lubed up. It's four days of New England's finest, yelling and screaming, even though you're going to get some New Yorkers in there because it's Connecticut. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I don't know who's favored, but and I have the answer, I think, but I'm going to ask Rubber Shoes anyway. Are you going? I know you've threatened to go in the past. No. Okay.
I do want to hit that. I don't think
Kaylee's going. Kaylee went last year.
I told you. I'm at the fire station Saturday. I'm going to a wrestling event on Sunday.
Oh my God.
Event.
Yes.
I watched that Hulk Hogan documentary on Netflix. It was actually pretty good.
I haven't seen that yet.
Going
to TNA Slammiversary.
He was in TNA. He was on that whatever market thing.
Slammiversary.
Yeah.
Anyway. Right now they have Scotty Scheffler as the outright winner, the favorite at least. He's at plus 440. So.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Yep.
I will say, like, I mean, you always go into
the
U.S. Open knowing that the scores are going to be tough to come by.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought this weekend showed like good night. I wouldn't play that course. I don't know if I'd never come out of there alive. I mean, you got these guys
kind of like Pheasant Ridge this past Saturday, right, Timmy?
Pheasant Ridge. You missed it, Scotty. You got to join us next year.
Yeah, book it. Day before Father's Day. Day before Father's Day. Book it next year. All right, put it in your calendar.
I think you get you and Stevie and the boys. That's your foursome. Because it was me and the Gooch and my boys.
Did you say my boys?
Yeah. You get Big Nate.
That's a terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea.
They don't play. They've barely ever swung a club.
They both don't swing? Okay. No.
All right, I'd love to get them out there, but
put a foursome together.
I don't get, dude. Like I have time to play golf.
I got you this weekend.
The fact I'm going on Saturday is a Festivus miracle.
Give me the rundown on Sanford.
So Timmy, are you reading the chat?
I know
Kaylee keeps dumping on you.
She said, "Why did you bet odd numbers? You do even numbers for everything." And she also said, "Not going, waiting for you and Janita to go with us."
Oh, there it is. I appreciate that. You don't like Sanford. That's what you're telling me. I think your brother has told me that.
It's okay. Stevie loves it, and I'm doing it for him because he's going to be, all done laid up for a while after the hip surgery and stuff. So
yeah, this is like his last round before hip surgery, right?
It's pretty close. Yeah, he's got maybe one more in him, and that's it. But yeah, so it's not my favorite course in the area by any stretch of the imagination. So it's okay. It's a meh track. It's not like that's fun.
Stevie raves about it, and then I've got one of my agents, Mark, raves about it, loves it.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
some people
I'll go get it out of my system, or I'll love it. We'll see what happens. Who knows?
Exactly. Yeah.
Who knows? Exactly. We shall see. We shall see. But
it'll be fun.
We're doing this because we always do this. I'm Monday only next week. What do we got next week? I'm a Monday only. Tuesday I've got dinner with my people, and then Wednesday we've got golf at the Nip with Special Olympics. So I'm a Monday girl.
I'm good for Monday.
Yeah. Yep. Can you figure out Monday, Scotty?
Yeah.
More importantly, when are the swim lessons?
Jesus Christ. It'll be Friday.
Oh, all right. We're doing this
Friday at 11 a.m.
We're doing Friday at 11 a.m. We're doing the show Friday at 11 on the deck. I'm the worst.
You get me in trouble, man. You get me arrested. By the way, any chance for what we got a couple minutes here? Sonny Gray, did you hear him answer a question?
No,
it
go
last
ahead.
night or 2 nights ago, Billy? Someone asked him if like, hey, would you be up if someone came to you and asked you for a trade out of Boston? Would you be up for that? And he's like,
Hell yeah.
like he goes, if someone came to me with the Red Sox and made a decision and that's the direction that this team was going to go, which is, sell everybody, I would be open for a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, he's out.
Oh my god.
Because he's pitched well. He's pitched,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Once he came back after he got hurt, he's pitched really well and stuff. But yeah, it's
I am in super sell mode. Like they can get rid of Gray, they can get rid of Ranger, they can get rid of Chapman, they can get rid of Contreras, get rid of them all to build the farm system. This season is done.
You're not wrong.
Not wrong. No, not at all.
Not wrong.
I will say I was looking it up. I was like, because they were talking about like left on base, like men that were left on base, right?
Mhm.
And so the Red Sox have, going into tonight's game, have left 508 men on base.
Oh my god.
That seems like a lot. It's not.
It's
right?
not.
Like the Cubs, who by the way are in first place, they've left the most on base, well over 600. Or not the Cubs, the Dodgers. Sorry, the Dodgers. I don't know. Anyway, the best part was though when I was looking at the stats, I looked at total bases between the top team left on base, which are the Dodgers, and then and the Red Sox.
The Red Sox last. They got to be close.
In total bases, they are second to last.
Yeah.
But there's 117 total bases different between the Red Sox and where the Dodgers were when it came to like leaving so many men on bases. I'm like, so, or was that, maybe I'm thinking of grounding into double plays too. That was, Red Sox are really high on that, or middle of the pack, I guess, but that's what it was. And the middle of the pack of grounding into double plays, but
they are historically horrible this year.
They cannot score runs. They are the worst. They don't score runs. They're the worst. Like the absolute.
Like they're breaking records that have been held on since 1904.
Oh yeah, it's really
insane
not great.
How bad this team is.
And at home is even like that's just they've won.
That's crazy.
They've won
the friendly
12
games.
They actually won a series this weekend.
They did. They beat Seattle 2 out of 3, but they're 12-25 at home. 12-25. They're 19-19 on the road. 12-25. It's insane.
It's unreal. Absolutely unreal.
Why build a team that would play good at your home park where you play 82 games a year? Why would you do that?
81 games.
81, sorry.
Research. We thank you for hanging out. You can absolutely subscribe and like and share and comment. You can do that at atbshow.com. We want to thank Joe and Leslie, our dear friends at AAA Work Trucks, for Scotty and Rubber Shoes and myself, and Adam and Corey stuck in hair and makeup. We'll be back here next Monday. Have a fantastic week. And I'm so unexcited about Giannis. Yeah, exactly. Bye-bye.